2 weeks ago, the President of the United States ordered every single federal agency to immediately stop using one of the most powerful AI tools in the world. Not a Chinese AI, not a Russian one, an American company, built in San Francisco, trusted by the Pentagon, the FDA, the Treasury Department, and over a dozen other federal agencies. The AI is called Claude. The company is Anthropic. And what happened between them and the Trump administration over the past 2 weeks is one of the most important stories in tech right now. And most people have no idea it happened. Let's break it down. Welcome to Atom Nation HQ, where we break down the technology and events reshaping the world in plain English. If that's your thing, hit subscribe. New video every week. First, a little context, because this story only makes sense if you understand who Anthropic is. Anthropic was founded in 2021 by former OpenAI researchers, including CEO Dario Amodei. Their flagship AI is called Claude, and it's one of the most capable AI systems ever built. Over the past 3 years, Anthropic raised billions of dollars, hit a valuation of $380 billion, and became one of the most trusted AI companies in the world, especially inside the US government. Federal employees who used Claude consistently said it outperformed rivals from OpenAI and Google on tasks that required step-by-step reasoning and verification, which is exactly what government agencies need. So Anthropic wasn't some outsider. It was embedded across the Pentagon, the FDA, the Treasury, the State Department. It had a $200 million Defense Department contract. It was, in every sense, the government's AI of choice. Then everything fell apart. Here's where it gets interesting. The Pentagon wanted unrestricted access to Claude, meaning the military could use it for any lawful purpose. Sounds reasonable on the surface, right? But Anthropic had 2 specific conditions it refused to drop. Number 1, Claude could not be used for fully autonomous weapons, meaning AI making battlefield targeting decisions without a human in the loop. Number 2, Claude could not be used for mass domestic surveillance of American citizens. That's it. 2 guardrails. Anthropic said those were non-negotiable. The Pentagon said those restrictions were unacceptable, that they needed full access, period. Negotiations dragged on for months. Then, on February 27th, the Pentagon gave Anthropic an ultimatum. Drop the restrictions by 5 p.m. or lose everything. Anthropic didn't budge. Within hours, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth declared Anthropic a national security supply chain risk. That designation has historically been reserved for foreign adversaries, companies controlled by China, Russia, state-sponsored threats, never before publicly applied to an American company. And then Trump posted on Truth Social, directing every federal agency to immediately cease all use of Anthropic's technology. Just like that, one of the most trusted AI companies in America was treated like a foreign enemy. The fallout was immediate and sweeping. HHS banned Claude for all department employees. The Treasury Department began offboarding. The State Department followed. Defense contractors across the country started cutting ties, because under the supply chain risk designation, any company doing Pentagon work couldn't work with Anthropic either. The financial stakes are enormous. Anthropic's CFO said the government's actions could reduce the company's 2026 revenue by multiple billions of dollars. But here's the twist nobody expected. Within hours of Trump's ban, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman announced his company had struck a new deal with the Pentagon to deploy OpenAI's models on the Defense Department's classified networks. The same Sam Altman, who just months earlier had expressed similar safety concerns to Anthropic's. In his announcement, Altman said OpenAI's agreement included safeguards against autonomous weapons and mass surveillance, the exact same principles Anthropic was banned for defending. So OpenAI got the deal, with the same guardrails. Anthropic got blacklisted. Make that make sense. Here's why this story goes way beyond a business dispute. This is a fight over who controls the rules of AI. Anthropic's position was simple. AI companies should be allowed to set ethical limits on how their technology gets used, even by governments, even by militaries. The Trump administration's position was equally clear. The government decides how it uses technology, not the companies that build it. That tension is going to define the next decade of AI development. Because right now, every AI company watching this story is drawing the same conclusion. If you want government contracts, don't put limits on your AI. That's a dangerous incentive structure. Retired Air Force General Jack Shanahan, a former leader of the Pentagon's own AI initiatives, put it bluntly. He said Anthropic's red lines were reasonable, and that AI systems like Claude are simply not ready for fully autonomous weapons anyway. And here's the detail that should make everyone stop and think. Even after Anthropic was blacklisted, its models were still being used to support the US military operation in Iran. The government banned the company, then kept using its AI in an active war zone. That's how embedded this technology already is. As of this week, Anthropic has filed lawsuits in 2 courts, challenging the Pentagon designation as unprecedented and unlawful. The White House is now reportedly preparing a formal executive order to rip Anthropic's technology out of the entire federal government. And ironically, the public sided with Anthropic. The day after the ban, Claude shot to #1 on Apple's App Store rankings, surpassing ChatGPT. Consumers apparently decided that an AI company willing to stand up to government pressure over surveillance and autonomous weapons was one worth supporting. Whether Anthropic wins in court or not, this story has already changed the conversation. For the first time, the question isn't just what AI can do, it's who gets to decide what AI should do. And that question isn't going away. So, where do you stand on this? Should AI companies be allowed to set limits on how their technology gets used, even by governments? Or should access to powerful AI be unconditional? Drop your take in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this useful, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people. And subscribe if you want to stay ahead of what's happening in AI. This is Atom Nation HQ. New video every week. I'll see you in the next one.